Hello, my beautiful humans, and welcome to another podcast episode. I'm doing this so freaking late, so if I sound like I'm a bit whispery, yeah, I don't want to yell because I'm filming this at exactly 1:39 in the morning, and you're like, Larissa, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing up that late? Well, yeah, lately it's been a bit, I've been pushing really late hours, and yeah, here we are. I have to finish up some things and finish up the work, as I've been doing lately. And here we are. But let's stop rambling and let's get to today's topic, which is never live your life on autopilot. It is one thing that I've been talking about for freaking ever. Like, if you come to my streams, if you ever watch like a video or anything, or if you ever caught me doing like motivational speaking, you know that I talked about this is like a number one thing that I say. Like, doesn't matter what thing you what thing you decide that is like more important than the other, or what do first or whatever, is like I think the number one thing, sorry, one not one what number one thing to do is to never live your life on autopilot. And if you're like, okay, Larissa, what does that mean? Like, can you please like explain? So basically, living on autopilot means that you just let yourself go. Like, you let yourself go. You don't filter out your thoughts. You just, fall prey to like bad habits. You just keep on. Basically just living your life and not really trying, filtering, working on things. You're just going with the absolute flow, which I also would admittedly say is a really good thing to do too. But going with the flow and living your life on like autopilot, life, that sounded so British. Living your life on autopilot is something else, because that means, like I said, you're basically letting yourself go, and you are just throwing yourself into the fire without thinking. It is good to trust the universe. It is good to, never give up and have your belief systems in place. But that doesn't mean that you still don't work on your beliefs. That still doesn't mean that you don't do the work for your mental health to upkeep with it, which is basically a topic for another time. But also, filtering out your thoughts. Like, if you just let through everything into your mind, it just basically intoxicates your being, That's basically what it is. Living on autopilot is basically intoxicating your life, your being, your aura, everything. Because that means you're letting everything in to your life without even thinking about it, without even being like, okay, is this good? Is this bad? Like, no, 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 no. When you like, don't get me wrong. I've been there so many times where, I stopped a habit, or I stopped doing a good habit, or I've, fallen into doing like a bad habit, or, you know, life happened and I got stressed and I stopped doing like certain rituals, certain habits, certain things that are an important part of anyone's day, you know? And like I said, I've fallen prey to living my life on autopilot. But having that realization every so often that, oh, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's happening, autopilot is happening, that's all that matters. But the sad thing is that a lot of people in this world just live like on autopilot like life their entire life, and a lot of times they're like, oh, fuck this, fuck life, things are not going well, or oh my god, and this, and they never do anything about it. And don't get me wrong, then there's also the topic of, just people work with whatever information they have at that time, and of their level of understanding. No, I'm not speaking about IQ or whatever, but it's like, certain people go through certain experiences at a certain time, which some people don't. So there's already that difference, And so that's how I describe it, like different levels of understanding certain things, you know? So if you're like thinking to yourself, "Oh my god, I've been living my life on autopilot, Larissa, what should I do?" Analyze your life. Let's start with our thoughts. Our thoughts are the most important thing that we have to filter. Meaning, what we're listening to, what we're reading, what are we saying to ourselves? What are we indulging? What what thoughts are going through our mind on a daily basis? It's almost like, for example, like, in places where they don't have like the best quality of water, and they do have to have a filter. Imagine them taking off that filter and trying to drink that water. That would be disgusting. It wouldn't be drinkable. No. Well, that's the filter that we need, like, most importantly, on our mind, is to filter our thoughts through, and to see and analyze, like, okay, what are we thinking? What are our beliefs? What is the shit that we carry around on a daily basis? Because that kind of behaves like a filter. It does, trauma, i- first of all, experiences, big filter, then trauma, and then any heavy baggage or problems. That is like a filter on top of a filter on top of a filter, technically. So if we're aware of everything, of our being, our existence, our thoughts, like what are all of the layers beneath, then that's when we can start doing the work, you know, getting rid of underlying anything, like anything that is beneath the surface needs to be taken care of. And if you're like, okay, Larissa, this is a bit unrealistic. We have so many thoughts per second. How can you manage every thought that you have? You can't. You can't. But you can be aware, like I said, aware of yourself, of your surroundings, what you're consuming, what you're thinking, what are your beliefs, you know? If you become more aware of all of it, then everything instantly changes and you go off of autopilot onto manual mode, basically. Because you start taking control of your life. And that doesn't mean that you didn't have control of your life before. You can be like, listen, everything has been okay. Yeah, but like, think to yourself, are you 100% happy? Are you 100% like, if you, goddess forbid, but like, if you were on your deathbed today, would you be entirely happy with everything you did? Would you, like, have you done everything that you wanted, basically? Because we're all imperfect beings. Like, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I'm imperfect. I'm not perfect. I'm far from fucking perfect. I don't have perfect days. I have fucking meltdowns. I have fucking bad days. Like, I've had like a bad week and a really, 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 really bad few days. Bad few days. A few bad days. I would say like 3 really bad days. you know, uh, that happened in this week. So I am here to tell you that we're nobody's fucking perfect. And even the most positive person, the most bubbly person out there is struggling, you know. But there's always work to be done on our lives and on ourselves. That doesn't mean that we're broken. Nobody's fucking broken. Let me first tell you this. Nobody's, I don't know, missing a part or whatever, that you're like, you're not good enough like the way you are. Or, this message or this theme of today's podcast episode is not a message of telling you that something is wrong with your life or something is wrong with you, but rather giving you a magnifying glass and being like, okay, wait. Wait. Could I be living on autopilot? Have I been listening to myself? What are my thoughts lately? How have I been talking to myself? What are my beliefs? Have I been like, ignoring things? That's what I mean. You know, just the awareness basically takes you off of of the autopilot. The awareness where like, okay, you realize that you have patterns, you realize that you're maybe over consuming something that is not good for you, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, we overindulge, like all of us, in like with certain things and situations and even people, you know? But like I said, the biggest thing to take with you today is that you realize when it happens. And when it happens, that you're like, okay, we've had enough of this, you know, it's okay. Like I said, we all fucking make mistakes. I've been going on autopilot so many times. I just go with it. I'm like, I stopped doing my morning rituals or whatever. I stopped doing this and that. I just go on pure autopilot. I wake up, I go do things, and I don't think about it. That's what I mean by autopilot. You don't think about what you're not doing or what you were supposed to do or what is good for you, but you're just whatever. You're whatevering life. That is basically autopilot, you know. And if that makes you happy, if you're like, okay, but I love my life, I'm completely fine with it. If that's your narrative, that's completely fine as long as you're happy. But like I said, there are always things that need a bit of a moment where we stop and take a look at things, and we just become more careful of the thoughts that we have, because we all just shit talk ourselves all the time. And we sometimes just spiral into this negative spiral of everything. Trust me, been there, done that. Like, been this in this situation, like now, in this present moment, So I'm telling you, yes, I know. But as long, like I said, as long as we're aware, where we're like, okay, this has to stop, or we had enough of this, or oh God, I've gotten on autopilot. Okay, let's get back on track. Let's get back on track with my with my rituals, with my schedule, with what I was supposed to do, and that's it. That's all you have to do to get back on track when you get off the road. Because, like I said, we all get off of the road sometimes. Life happens, shit happens. Sometimes something just strikes you. It's almost like a lightning bolt. It strikes you, it shocks you so hard that it's like you don't move out of that energy for a bit. That's how life is. Life be lifing. We also learn to manage things better and manage how we react to things better, like I said, nobody's fucking perfect. But like I said, if you don't go after what you want or go after your goals and dreams and Don't go after what makes you happy, and don't take care of yourself. Don't do things that you want, and so on and so forth. You are living your life on autopilot, you know? And I don't think that's what happiness looks like. Because we have to, like, true happiness. Like I said, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying, or in my opinion, this is like a really important factor to take in, because everybody can improve their life. Everybody can improve their circumstances, and especially their mindset. It's the thing that we have the most control of, is our mind and the thoughts that we let through. You know, it's everything starts inside of our heads. And when we change that, when we change our thought patterns, our thoughts, what we let in, what beliefs we let in, beliefs we hold, what baggage we hold, like everything starts from inside of our heads, and then reflects onto our world outside, you know? So, like I said, I hope you don't take this as a sign that something is wrong, you know, but rather as a tool to use to improve things to a better level, or to turn things around for you if you're in a tough situation right now. Like, there's always a way out of things. There's always a, how should I say this? There's always a key in front of you to unlock that door, to turn that page and start anew, you know? So use this as a tool to help you in any shape or form that you need to, or you feel like you're called to, you know? If you feel like this is not something that you're being called to do, then I am happy that you're happy, you know? As long as we're all happy and content, that's all that matters, you know? But we all know that when we let ourselves go in some shape or another, it could be even physically, not taking care of ourselves physically. It could be due to like even depression or so many things. And I'm not undermining depression. Listen, depression and me are friends for a long time. So, I'm speaking from like various different perspectives. So, just like I said, realizing that you are in this cycle of autopilot, and you taking back control of your life, your circumstances, and realizing, okay, why am I here? What am I supposed to do? Okay, okay, what do I have to get back on track with? You know, because we need to evolve. We need to grow continuously, and change is not a scary thing. If you're like, okay, I've been on autopilot for so long and I hate change, I don't want to change, then don't change anything. You don't have to, you know, just be aware of who you are, of your thoughts, of your emotions, everything around you, because like I said, overindulging in things is not good. And, you know, letting, for example, letting too much of negative energy sipping through your life from somebody else is also not good. And, you know, not taking care of yourself for a very long time can also take an effect. So, like I said, I know I've been just like a fucking broken record, I feel like. But I really freaking hope that the true message that I'm trying to convey is coming through. That just the awareness of things is what changes everything, and that, you know continuously working on ourselves and continuously making sure that we're okay and that we're not letting the devil win, like metaphorically, not letting the devil win and not letting anyone or anything take over us and take over our lives and take our steering wheel away, because we are in control of our lives and of our thoughts and what we want and what we don't want. Nobody else, you. And you can take a stand and you can, get up and do this and change whatever you want to change or improve whatever you can do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. So I really hope that this message finds you well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.